What's up, V-Shred gang? Coach Denny here. I'm making this video today for all of my clients who are on a resistance training program that I've built for them that's titled Capacity something or Capacity Game. If it has the word capacity in the name of the program, this is what I want you to do. If it doesn't, a lot of this is still going to apply to you. It's things that you can play around with, but there may be a few caveats if you're not doing the capacity game. So these are the rules to the capacity game. The three principles I want you to pay attention to are tempo, tension, and tonnage. So when you log in, you're gonna see an exercise and it's gonna say the reps and sets that I want you to do. Now I've also prescribed different tempos and I wanna kind of explain the idea behind that. So I say slow and controlled. One of the tempos I like is 3 seconds down, 1 second up. Real basic tempo. It could be 3 seconds down, 1 second pause, 1 second up. It could be 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. But really all of these tempos kind of have the same intent. And the intent is trying to maximize the amount of tension in the muscle and reduce the amount of the force that's transmitting into the connective tissues. So we're not relying on the tendons and ligaments to kind of bounce the reps. We're not relying on momentum, but we're relying on muscular contractions. This is gonna be the safest way to work out. It's gonna give the best stimulus to the muscles, and it's gonna drive those fitness results we want in growing lean tissue, boosting the metabolism, and getting a good hormonal response in the body. So let's look at what that looks like and where these different tempos, how they're really the same thing, but where they might play a little differently. So I'm gonna demonstrate with just a basic bicep curl because I'm outside today. I've been fighting for gym space to get these workouts done. And oh, the wind's blowing. And anyway, the music's blasting. They're basically having a party in there, so we're doing it outside today. So I'm gonna demonstrate with a basic bicep curl. So we're gonna start with my favorite tempo, 3 seconds down, 1 second up. Okay, so these are 30-pound dumbbells, right? So we're gonna start, we always start with the eccentric when I'm talking about tempos. So 3, 2, 1, down and up, okay? 3, 2, 1, and up, okay? Now, there, we're trying to control that eccentric. I may not have even given the best example there because I think I did a little jerk there at the bottom. Really, we're trying to eliminate that. We're trying to get to the bottom, be fully stretched out, and then just start coming back up smooth. Now, the reason for 1 second up versus 3 seconds up largely has to do with the load. So that's gonna start to fit in with tension. Now, the idea of tension is twofold. So in its purest form, the more force we're exerting equals more tension in the muscle. Now you'll feel a lot of that tension with the slow controlled eccentric, but if the weight's a little bit lighter, you're still trying to exert a lot of force. It should be able to come up in just 1 second. But as that weight gets heavier, that's gonna slow down. So naturally it's gonna turn into a 3 second down, 3 second up. So let's try it with 50-pound dumbbells now. All right. And by the way, whatever you can control down, well, whatever you can lift up, you can control down. Let's say it that way. So 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, right? I had the same intent with the 50s versus the 30s. The weight just moved slower, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. If I wrote 3 seconds down, 1 second up, but you're doing 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up, that's fine. The reason I'm making this video is I want to empower you guys with the reasoning behind what I'm giving you so you can make decisions for yourself. So if the weight starts to slow on the way up, that's fine. So the other aspect of tension is time under tension. Ideally, I want your sets to last around 1 minute, okay? Now, for most of us, it's gonna be a lot more achievable with a little bit of a lighter weight, 3 seconds down, 1 second up. If we try that where the weight's slowing down and struggling to get up, it may be harder. We're at 5 minutes, let's give it a shot. Let's see if I can do a 30-second set with 50s. I'm not sure. All right, 5:17. 3, 2, 1. No inertia. 3, 2, 1. That's 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Nope. maybe I could do that on the right arm. My left shoulder was given out. I got a little bit of a bum shoulder. So that's okay, right? So obviously that weight's too heavy for me. I didn't even get to 30 seconds. I'd like you to get to at least 30 seconds, up to a minute. So I don't want to waste all your time lifting weights out here. But if I was to repeat that same thing with the 30-pound dumbbells or the 40-pound dumbbells, it may be that I start 3 seconds down, and then on the first rep, it's 1 second up. But by the 10th rep, it's 3 seconds up. That's fine. As long as that set of 10 gets me close to a minute mark, we're doing great. Now, the last piece of that is it should be near failure. So if I did the 30 pounds and I got to 10, but I could have done 5 more reps, we could actually argue that the 2 reps that I did with the 50s was more productive, because I clearly failed on the left arm. Although I think it was my shoulder, because my shoulder's jacked up. But nonetheless, I failed. So failing is a part of tension. Now, failing, certain movements are not safe to do it. Bench pressing, don't do that without a spotter. Barbell back squat, if I have that in your program, don't do that without safety bars or anything like that. But getting really close to failure is what drives the stimulus. Getting really close to failure at around that 1 minute mark is even better. Getting close to failure through smooth, slow contractions is even better. That's what it's all about. So then the last piece to ensure that we're getting better is the tonnage principle. And so all we're doing, and the app does this for you, is it's calculating your reps times sets times pounds. So if I do 30 pounds, by the way, people ask, do I record one dumbbell or both? Either one's fine. Whatever you do, just do it consistently so you can compare week to week. Let's say I'm only calculating the 30-pound dumbbell. If I do 30 times 10 sets, that's going to be a 300-pound tonnage for that exercise. In the app, when you hit submit, it'll calculate the tonnage for the whole workout. You can jot that down, compare workout to workout, compare Monday's leg day, for example, always to the next Monday's leg day. Don't compare leg day to arm day. Those will be different scores. But 300 pounds for 10 reps of 30, but 50 pounds, what's that? Guys, don't make me do math on camera. 6 reps, right? So we got 50, 100. See, I'm stronger on my right arm. 150. I'm going fast because I want to get this. 200. Don't go this fast. I'll go slow on the last one. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ooh, 3, 2, 1. This is how it should be done. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! That's how I want the last rep to look. All right. Come on. Big biceps. Let's go. All right. 9-minute mark. I want to keep it under 10 minutes. Those are the rules. Tempo, tension, tonnage. Pay attention. In your app, you can, when you look at an exercise, you hit the little reverse arrow. You can see your history. You can see the weights that you used last week for an individual exercise. And as long as you beat that by a little bit, if that means adding 5 pounds, if it means doing an extra rep, doing one extra set, you could even pick a lighter weight or challenge yourself with a heavier weight and just try and get 1 rep. It's fine. Beat your score. Try and beat it a little bit in each exercise. That will add up to total tonnage. That's what drives growth. That's what drives the hormonal response. That's what gets us lean. Oh, okay, I don't quite have a 6-pack yet. I'll get you guys a 6-pack. Spring is always when I put on, look, we had a baby in October. I put on some baby weight. I'm gonna get a six pack along with you. We're gonna do it. But those are the main principles right at the 10-minute mark. Again, if you're not somebody who is doing the capacity game, if you're doing percentages or something like that, you can still experiment with going down slowly. It's always a good thing. It's always gonna be more friendly on the joints if you go slow. It's a hard habit to break. You can even see out here in some of my examples, I sometimes still have bad habits because I don't always work out this way. Full transparency, with my triathlon training, I do a lot of explosive training. Probably too much information for you, but there's different reasons to train different ways. I do a lot of explosive training for triathlon. So when I do reset myself back to bodybuilding, I have to retrain myself to go slow and be accountable to that. So do that for yourself as well, be accountable. All right, 11 minutes, that's good. That's what I got. Love y'all, peace.